Certainly the best.
Alright guys, another lovely episode of your number one rendezvous for men on television, and I'm talking about the guys Hangout Show on independent television, reaching you live from the ancient city of Benin. Yes, I love to call it the city where the king is truly king. Now, for starters, the guys Hangout Show is one unique show that gives men a voice in the society. You know, in a society where men are really not given the pride of place, especially when it comes to self-expression. Right? Men are not giving the audience that they desire or that they deserve. Unlike the other gender, of course, you know, every time a woman cries out about marginalization, abuse, or whatever it is, society is always very quick to react, unlike us men. So the real question is, why does it seem like the society is silent every time a man comes out, you know, to complain or cry about abuse? So that's basically what we're talking about tonight. Violence against men. Why does society seem silent? And of course, I'm not alone. I've got an amazing personality in the house with me. It's been a long time, and I know we haven't really done this in a long while. He goes by the name of Michael Imagbejian.
Yeah, you got that right.
I did, right?
Yeah.
It's good to have you in the building, bro.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
You look good. How's your day been?
Yeah, it's been wonderful. You know, the sun is not friendly.
No, it's not. I mean, sometimes I just wonder if someone is, maybe an angel is cooking in heaven, and the heat is, seriously.
Yeah, it's been all good though. The politics and the economy. It's not really been nice, but we're still surviving.
I mean, we have no choice than to keep pushing.
Of course.
Right? We owe ourselves survival.
All right.
Okay, so let's get right to the business of the day. Yeah, you heard me when I started. Violence against men. First of all, violence is a very serious issue, right? And when it comes to men, it's a different ballgame. Of course, we understand that on no account must anybody perpetrate violence towards another, right? But every time a woman comes out to, you know, complain about violence or being abused, society seems to be very quick to react. But when a man comes out to complain that his woman, for example, is abusing him, there's usually this, you know, lackadaisical attitude from, you know, the average person in the society. Like, some persons even mock him. Like, how can you even come out to say that your wife or your woman is abusing you? So let's begin like this. How would you describe or define violence? Does violence only have to do with physical assault, or there's much more to it?
All right, thank you very much for the opportunity. Let's look at the denotative meaning of violence.
Okay.
All right, so what is violence? I think according to the lexicographers, they said that violence is aggression towards someone.
Okay.
They didn't say physical. They just say being aggressive, being belligerent towards someone. So if I come towards you and I start saying some things that might hurt you psychologically or physically, emotionally, that's what violence means, basically, in the denotative aspect of it.
Okay.
You get, it doesn't have to be I carry wood and used to hit you, whether in battery or...
In other words, it goes way beyond the physical.
Of course, definitely. It can be psychological, it can be, you know, emotional. That one is one of the worst. Yeah, that one is worse than the one is a physical one, because it can travel with you for eternity.
Okay.
Because if I say something that is that maybe it affects you or it relates to what you are passing through, I can take that thing.
In me that reminds me of something.
Of course, it reminds me of what I've tried to, you know, forget. It will be, you'll be melancholic for days, for months, for years. You get, so that violence cuts across the spheres.
Okay, now let's take a look at violence as it affects men. Because it's a guys hangout show, so it's very important that we
they start laying it to the guys.
Do you get it? So with all due respect to the women in our lives,
understand?
Our moms, I hope you understand. So I mean, this is us, right? And like I said, the guys hangout show is about giving men the pride of place, and of course, you know, teaching them to prioritize themselves. A lot of times, men come out to complain about, you know, violence against them. Okay. For example, I think there's a video on social media that I stumbled upon of a man, I think based abroad whether in the UK or in the US. He was having issues with his wife. It was some sort of an argument or something. And then the wife was assaulting him, like physically assaulting him. the man was visibly provoked. He was pushed to the wall, but he couldn't do anything. If not for any reason, for the fact that they are based in the Western world, where
Of course,
the right of the woman is highly protected.
Of course.
And you dare not lift a finger on the woman over there. So, the man was being assaulted. So the million-dollar question here is, why is it that, first of all, what gave that woman the audacity to hit the man? Let's start from there.
Well, from what you say, Jose, you say the Western world. All right, that's already coverage for the woman. She believes she's under the protection of the government. So she believes she can do anything she wants to, and the man will not reciprocate.
But should it really be like that?
It shouldn't be like that, but unfortunately, they're in a place whereby she feels this protection and I can do what I want to do and get away with it. If you hurt me, then you're out of this place. So she's under that protection, in quotes. So she just feel like, okay, I can do anything I want to do. But for me, I don't think that kind of marriage is under love. You might even find out that it's the woman that sponsored the man overseas. Most of the men that take the women overseas, most of them, you see the women being excessively submissive. You get, but so maybe in that scenario, I think maybe the woman
is the one that has
the sponsor, and so I can do anything I want to do to you because I brought you here, and that's one.
Just
Secondly,
like they say, who pays the pipe up and dictates the tune.
You get that idiom. You get, so I'm the one that brought you here. That's one, and two, I'm under the protection, so if I can do anything I want to do to you. Nothing will happen.
Now let's talk about the need to empower men to speak up, especially in circumstances of this nature, because society encourages women to speak up. Society even goes as far as, advising women to take a walk from such toxic relationships. Okay, so as a woman, if you're being abused by your husband or by your man, you are advised to walk away from that relationship or marriage. But why is it that when the reverse is the case, when the man is, the victim of abuse, a lot of times he's even advised to just overlook. In some cases, he's told to walk away from the scene.
Of course.
Just to douse the tension. But do you think that is a permanent solution to that problem?
All right. Definitely, running away is not actually the best, has not always been the best, and will not always be the best.
Okay.
You get if let's use mine as an example now. Let me use an exemplum, I beg your pardon.
Okay.
If I like someone, if I love someone, I wouldn't want the person to go. And I would not want to leave. Okay. Because, like I said in one of our episodes of the series, I said love is putting someone else's needs before yours.
Above yours,
yeah, you understand. So I think I would try to devise a means for us to settle down, for everything to be copacetic. Like, let me get I don't have to run. Okay. But if I get to see that, just because you love someone, a person you love can also leave you. A person you love can also leave you. I can't die because of you. There are many fish in the river. You understand? So we have to talk about it. If I see that it's not working out, then I won't use the door. I will use the doors. I will have to run.
Okay.
You get? I will use the door. I will use the window. I will flee. Okay. So because of the fact that I love you doesn't mean I will die in the relationship. You get? So, but the first time at the outset, what you need to do is talk it out with the person. The person is mature. The person is mature enough. Talk it out with the person. If it's not working out, then use the doors and use the windows. Okay,
because you see, I was actually going to ask you what to do in a situation where dialogue doesn't seem to be working. Because there are some persons who are just unreasonable. No matter how diplomatic you try to be with them, it's like you're just pouring water into a rock because it can't penetrate. You understand? It can't retain the water. So it's a waste of time trying to reason with some persons. Some people are very quick to go physical, right? Let's not even, like you rightly said, let's try not to make it just a physical thing. There's also the verbal thing. You're having a misunderstanding, a little bit of a conflict with your partner, and then she's already saying words that are, that even pierce harder than a knife. Do you understand? How do you handle a partner like that? Like, how do you even begin to try to make them engage you in a peaceful dialogue?
Let's talk. All right.
Yes. How do you do that?
First of all, I think there's this idiom that says that where your treasure is,
there your heart will be.
All right. Now, a woman that is mature and loves you, I said mature and loves you.
Okay.
She will want to talk, because if she doesn't without dialogue, you are not going anywhere. The situation will deteriorate.
You may not even be able to identify the problem.
Good. The situation will deteriorate. You understand?
Yeah.
So we have to talk. If she's interested in the man, she must find a way. She might be acting. She may be acting up, but she'll be like, okay, talk. Let me listen to what you want to say. She's just using means to just listen.
Yeah.
If she's really interested, or if she's still interested in the man, she want to hear what the man want to say. But if she's not interested in anything, it means she's no longer interested in the relationship.
So she's probably fed up and just wants out.
She's fed up. That thing that happened, that altercation that broke out, is just an excuse, a flimsy excuse for her to leave. It's been coursing through her veins for a long time.
So you're saying that there are probably remote issues, unaddressed issues that have been welling up in her.
Yes, of course. That one was just the time bomb. Just set it off. You understand? She's been nursing in her heart. It's been coursing through her veins like, I want to leave. That was just a good reason, in quotes. But to the man, it's a flimsy excuse. Okay. So if she's not interested, come on. Let's have a business idea or a business deal. And this business deal will take us to, let me say, the promised land, in quotes. Now, I want us to come together, sit, plan, rejig everything so that we can get somewhere. Okay. Now, without doing that, we can't get anywhere. So for that reason, now the woman or the lady in quotes, we need to sit together as mature people. That's first, as mature people, and talk about things. Then we can, look forward to a brighter future.
All right, in case you're just joining us, it's the Guys Hangout Show on Independent Television, and tonight we're taking a look at violence against men. Why does society seem silent? Some persons have argued that the reason it seems like nobody really shows interest whenever a man is a victim of domestic abuse or violence is because men are considered to be the stronger vessel. Just like the Holy Book says that the women are the weaker vessel. So, because men are known to be naturally strong, whenever they're experiencing something of that sort, they are not supposed to express themselves. They're not supposed to show their vulnerability. If a man comes out to cry, for example, that his wife has been beating him, there are women who are naturally stronger than men.
Of course.
I think society doesn't actually examine that fact.
Amazons.
You understand? There are women who are just strong by nature.
Of course.
And I've seen videos on social media of men getting really, really, whooped.
By the men are not strong.
It's not like they're strong. It just so happens that, their women are stronger than them and there's nothing they can do about it.
Yeah.
Now, why is it that, let me just paint a scenario. You could be walking along the road and you see a woman assaulting a man physically. You might not feel the need to step in and try to intervene, right? Because you feel like, okay, maybe, in fact, some persons might even conclude that the man might have insulted or done something wrong to warrant that. But the reverse would be the case if you're walking along the road and you see a man assaulting a woman. The natural instinct in you would prompt you to intervene and try to save the woman from the man. Now, why this disparity?
Okay, first, I think we all look both see differently. Some people see it as another way. I want to see it as something else. Generally, men are seen as very strong, and they should be able to defend themselves. They should be. In fact, it is ignominious to the society that a woman is beating a man. In fact, it's unheard of.
Some will even find it amusing.
Of course, it's very funny. Before you never bring it on the phone and posting it on air. So because of that general belief that
men are stronger than women,
the general belief that the man is stronger than you should be able to beat the woman.
But the same society would raise an eyebrow and crucify the man if he dares lays a finger on her.
Unfortunately, that's what happens. That unfortunately is so pathetic because normally, I think should I say 98 to 2%, you will hardly see a woman beating a man, but it can happen. So for some men, you just see them, they'll just allow their spouse or their partner to be hitting them. They won't do anything. Some persons see that as, what is it with you? You're supposed to be coy about this now. Why are you doing this? Like a woman is beating you, are not ashamed. This same set of people will be the one, you're not ashamed. Yeah. If it were me, no, there'll be blood. But if you raise your hand on this particular woman, the same people will raise their hands on you. You get it? They'll be like, you're not ashamed, you are beating a woman. Okay. So you see the way the world works. It's not actually fair to men. The world is fairer to the women. You understand? So if a man does come and raise their hands on a woman, well, it's something else. You get, so the system favors the women.
I totally agree with you. And
yeah.
just like someone would say, the game was rigged against men from the very beginning, right? But let's abused by his wife. It's because of how society would react, just like you said. For instance, if I come out now to say, oh, my wife is beating me, I'm sure a lot of persons are going to look at me like, are you...
What give you the goal to
do you understand?
Speak,
so what
out?
do you think society can do to, give men a sense of closure and belonging? So much so that whenever they feel, abused, whenever they feel assaulted, whenever they feel like their sense of manliness is being taken away from them, they can come out and speak and be confident that their voices will be heard. What do you think society can do better? Because we really can't continue like this.
All right. Thank you very much. I think I have 2 points in that. First of all, the community or the society, I beg your pardon, they should stop being judgmental. They should stop being judgmental. See, sometimes if a man wants to hit a lady, it would think like, look at the stigma I'm going to pass through.
Yeah.
If I do this, so he's traumatized by the fact that what the society will say.
And
that's the judgment.
What effect it will have on him.
Of course, so they should stop being judgmental. Like, they should just stop that. If they stop that, we'll open up. You understand?
Okay.
In fact, we will have our own non-government NGOs coming for our rescue.
Yes.
But that judgmental aspect of the society, it kills the morale of the men.
Okay.
You get. Now, let's use the other part, which is sentiment. Many persons are sentimental. For example, you see many women talking aggressively, like aggressively.
Running a man down.
Yeah, like, why would you want to do that to a woman? They don't want to know what happened. They don't want to know the cause. What happened is that you hit a woman that is a weaker vessel, the bearer of your children. That's that sentiment.
On no account must you lay a finger on her.
That is it. So you just see a woman goes to a pub, carries water and pour on the husband. Oh no, that's embarrassing. You get, that's embarrassing. That's ignominious to the society.
Yeah.
Now that man, out of should I say shame, or if he's looking as if he's being belittled. Some of the persons with they'll be like, a woman is doing this to you. Yeah. They are judging him, so he wants to raise his hands and
to prove that he is the man.
He's actually the man, but he will think again. If I do this, there's going to be a problem.
The consequences.
Because some women will just come out and take it on their shoulder. They don't. If you see them, they don't want to know what happened. Their own is they will show you the part of the video where you are assaulted. They will ellipse the part.
They won't tell you the part that they played in the whole.
That one is not their business.
Okay.
The part is the man's fault. Okay. So they're being sentimental. So that sentiment and that being judgmental are the things that if we reduce this to the barest minimum, to the nada, it can help us a lot.
You talked about NGOs and the need to set up bodies that take up issues that have to do with violence against men, just like we have it, for women. For example, I think in the University of Benin there is such an arm that's called Center for Gender Studies. And a lot of times when you hear gender studies or gender affairs, you already know it's referring to women, whereas it's supposed to be a two-way thing, right? So can't we have, a balanced system that also caters for the need of men, especially as regards domestic abuse, right, and violence against men? For example, if a woman is being abused, you see lots of NGOs, human rights activists, women's rights activists, jumping to her defense and even calling for, the prosecution of the man, calling for justice, asking that, justice prevails in favor of the woman. But why isn't that? Don't you think, men should begin to also, do you even think it's possible for us to have such, bodies? Yes.
All right. Now, I don't think anyone will be praying I don't think anyone should be praying that God should be protected, because God can protect himself.
He even offers protection.
Of course. Now, some persons see that men are protectors, so they don't need protection.
Is that true? Do you think that's right?
Definitely not. It's just
because these stereotypes do more harm than good. It's one of the reasons why the boy child feels like I have to defend myself. And the only way he knows to defend himself is to put up his fist. And the question is, to what end? that leaves us with, you know, a society of bruises and scars.
Yeah.
So don't you think it will also make sense for us to have NGOs and, you know, men's rights activists?
It will make sense a lot. The funny part of it, if you bring it up, it will be laughable to society. It'll be like, what are people doing? What are people trying to
protecting men for?
What is this? What do you want to protect a protector? What's the point of this one? Okay, because we have ours, you want to have yours. It just seems like it's redundant. What's the point of this? What's the point? Like someone that has a gun, you are giving the person a needle to protect himself. You get, so it just seems so redundant to the society. Like there's no point of this. No, I believe once in a while, or maybe back in the day, someone must have had the idea of bringing this thing up.
Okay.
But some other persons,
these factors that you've just mentioned.
Good. Some other person will be like, sir, with all due respect, I don't think there's any point to bring this up because you don't have sponsors, you don't have anything. Like, what is the point? What do you mean? What do men? Why do men need protection when they actually protect us?
Do you think
which is terribly wrong?
Do you think the shame factor also has a thing to do with this? Because just like you said, it's the same factor that makes men, you know, swallow a lot of these things up. A man is being abused and he feels like, if I come out now, which mouth will I use to say that I'm being abused? Do you understand? Who would even believe me? Yeah. And how will it sound in the ears of people? So I think, don't you think this is the same reason why we don't have NGOs and, you know, groups that saddle themselves with the responsibility of protecting men just the same way we have it for women? Because, if we come up with such groups, people are going to start asking questions and saying, are you guys not ashamed?
You're not ashamed, yeah. All right. Now, because of this concept of this ignominy, some see most of these causes of suicide. Sometimes it's because the pressure on society, from wife, from spouses, from partners, it has coursed through the man's veins. It's going to the zenith. The fact he can no longer hold it down. He just want to let it go, but there is no therapeutic session where he can pour this thing out. Just imagine the man might even think like, how will he, if he's racking his brain, like, how will he feel if I go to a therapist? I'm telling the therapist that my wife
assaults me,
is assaulting me, is maltreating me. It will just be filled up. Okay, see, the society right now, or the economy right now is not favorable. By the time you start, see, a man right is focusing on getting daily bread.
Okay.
And apart from that, you are pressurizing the man. If everything is too much, what will the man do? He will just think, what should I do? This place isn't supporting me. The society will not support me. If I go against, everybody's against me. Let me just end it all. So that shame factor is causing depression and one of the reasons of this suicidal
attempts. So quickly, just as we begin to wrap up in less than 1 minute, what do you think can be done to, you know, give men a sense of belonging and also reduce, you just mentioned suicide, which is a very extreme consequence of this issue. Yeah. So what do you think can be done to give men a sense of belonging and also make them, give them a feeling that they are welcome in the society and that there's no shame in crying out that you're being abused? In less than 1 minute. All
right, I think first of all, I think we should leave that shame part. They say you die in shame. You die. You better speak up. I speak out, I speak up than to die in shame.
Okay.
Let's forget about the shameful parts. We are humans. We feel, we have emotions.
Blood flowing through our
veins. Of course. So let's forget about whether being a man or whatever. You get. So let there be a body. Let there be an NGO. Just like everything. See, most women do complain about inequality. I think this is where the inequality is playing right now. Since they have theirs, what should we have ours?
So gender equality should find expression in this regard.
In all spheres.
All right, thank you so much, Michael. I really do appreciate you really threw so much light on this particular subject, and I hope that our viewers out there have learned a thing or two from this. It's been the Guys Hangout Show on Independent Television, and we've been taking a look at the issue of violence against men and why society seems silent. Now, if you're a man out there and you're going through violence, you're suffering from some sort of abuse from your partner or from anybody, from your fellow man or from a woman, please speak up. Nobody should die in silence. Everybody should have a voice. I don't think there's any reason why you should allow anybody reduce you to a point where you feel less of yourself. Okay, so if you feel like you need to say something, please do say something. Okay, that's the only way you can find closure. My name is Harry Aigboje. It's been an amazing time on the show tonight, and I want to say that it would be nice for us to do this again, same time, same station next week. But in the meantime, make sure you stay out of trouble, do the right thing, and enjoy the rest of your night. Bye for now.
ITV, certainly the best.
The man went out to bring in thugs to come and beat her.
Yeah.
In a situation like that, do you think women would have seen that and still want to speak?
Really, we're talking
That's
about.
what I said. So
that's-
when they bullied her,
Yeah.
now, if she's not bold enough, she will shut up.
What is your advice for girls out there that are so desperate to be married?
We women, we have to be really intentional about our parenting.
If you know a child is being abused, or you see signs, a bruise or a child, it has to be investigated.
People barely even breathe when they are going for a shrebi and something.
Party.
You have to be
They can't
smart.
sit
If
down.
you see where they are dressing them or dragging on both sides, you cannot.